All right, guys, we're back at it today. We are building another T5 transmission that should actively hold about 400 wheel horsepower. This one specifically is going for a drag and drive Mustang, possibly as a spare replacement. And these are just like a factory replacement style. Spent about 300 bucks for the second, third input and countershaft. But we're gonna put it in this transmission that we got as a core from some friends of ours. And if it's called upon for the drag and drive event, you know, it survives the week. We'll find out. So one way that we help these transmissions last through some of the use that we put them through is we always buy this counter support plate. This is like a steel billet counter support plate. You know, the factory one is like 10. It's small. So this definitely helps with counter shaft movement. One of the things that T5 suffer from is case flex. They just exceed the limits of the transmission and the gears. This is a 4-cylinder transmission. You can see how small, much smaller the input shaft is compared to the V8 one. Also, if you're out on Marketplace and you're looking for a T5 and you find one that's used and they say it's a V8, you can simply take a 17mm wrench, and on a V8, it'll be nice and tight here. On a 4-cylinder, it'll actually jingle. So it's just a gearhead car guy thing that you can do when you're looking for a V8 transmission. You happen to find one and somebody's selling it. Just take a 17mm wrench with you and put it on the tip of the input shaft. Where I'm just gonna kind of do a lot of boring stuff here on the video, and we're gonna put this together and hopefully it ships pretty good. I'll mention some things that I do on the side to kind of make it try to last, like polishing up some of the ship rods and checking to make sure that they're not bent, checking the main shaft to make sure it's good, you know, the splines are straight. Hopefully it survives when it gets, if it ever gets used in the drag and drive or even just on street use, and it makes out to be a good transmission. Again, it's just a cheaper gear set that we found for like 300 bucks. There's some good ones out there that I've used, and there's some ones that I have been surprised by, so we'll find out. While we let the paint dry on the main case, we'll go ahead and put the front bearing here on the counter. We'll put the input shaft bearing in. Another part of the equation with the 400 horsepower T5 is this cast steel input retainer. This is a really good piece to keep the input stable along with the billet counter support plate. It'll eliminate a little bit of the flex. We'll do some maintenance things like putting a new sleeve in here and setting up the rear tail shaft to get it ready. So we'll get a couple of those things done and start putting it together. Can't forget to put a new seal here. Might as well take all the needle bearings and go ahead and pack them in here. Pack them in with grease. Go ahead and put the new like sleeve bushing in here in the back of the tail shaft with the seal. And we always, before we paint them, we always check the threads to make sure they're okay to use. We'll go ahead and throw these synchronizers, which is the 1, 2, 3, and 4, in some oil and let them soak, along with the second and third caged bearing. So if you ever get a 4-cylinder transmission, you can actually very much convert it to V8, and a lot of the parts will you know, convert over, you know, the reverse and the fifth stuff, the sliders, the hubs, the main shaft you can reuse. There's a lot of pieces that you can use. We'll get the tail shaft housing set up, move over to the main case and the counter shaft where we'll do our support mod and just start building on the main shaft and get it all put together. We wanted to check this rod to make sure that this rod was straight. So we'll go ahead and set this up and put new pads on it along with the rear. Clean this race area so we can put the counter's front bearing race in. We also don't want to forget to put the magnet in. It's a very important piece in case something gets messed up. Got the race tapped in for the counter shaft, the front part of it, and something about the world class transmission and the non-world class is this looks like a normal like Temkin bearing, but if this looked like a freeze plug and didn't have like circle inside of this circle you see here, then it most likely is not a world-class transmission. Just another little tip of the trade if you're looking at a transmission that you aren't really sure what it is. Go ahead and press this new bearing on here. Put it in the main case where we'll press the rear bearing on and do the counter support plate mod and get it set up. Nice. We'll put the race in here. We'll start with 100,000 shim, and we're usually pretty good about guessing what shim we need. 105, 110, 120. So this is what, you only get so many shims you can choose from. This was 100, and we know it's not 100. I'm sure 120 will fit. 120. Right on there. And this mod right here is with the retainer, and this we talked about in several other videos. Should help it with the case flex and binding of the gears. But again, for how long? All right. All right, we got the ship rod in here and the spring. This main case is pretty much ready to go. It's time for us to move over here on the main shaft. And then once it's done, we'll get the hub pressed on and check it out. Still got a lot of work to do, but we'll get it done, get it put together. So I always check the slider hubs here to make sure it's nice and even when it shifts on this hub assembly, because this will cause for kind of crappy shifts 1 to 2. And we do the same over here for 3 to 4 as well. And get it all set up. Start building it from the back. Another thing I do is I take an old drive shaft yoke. This is our test one. And make sure that it slides on here. It'll tell you if this is any of these splines are bent. So we had to jump into our stash of first gears. This is a really nice used first gear. As like I said, 4-cylinder gear sets, including the first gear. Like you've seen with the input shaft, they're a little bit different. Okay, got the gear on, got the speedo gear on, little plug. Start building back to the top. We got our second gear we're putting on, our new one. All right, we got second gear here on and locked in. I'm about to put the new third gear in here with the new bearings and get it locked in. I always like to check to make sure that third gear is gonna sit inside of this little locking clip, because sometimes it's tight and it'll mess up the alignment on it. Yeah, that definitely works pretty good there. We'll go ahead and replace the hub keys. This all looks in pretty good condition. Not a lot of wear on that at all, but we'll replace the keys. This helps with shifting too. Okay, we finally got to the top of the main shaft. I got this pressed on. We're ready to go ahead and install the main shaft in the transmission, where we'll go ahead and put the input on and set up the back of the transmission and finish up 400 horsepower T5. We'll see if it survives the drag and drive. We'll go ahead and put this input in without shimming it so we can build the back. Go ahead and put the retainer on with the brace for now. Line it up, bolt it down. We'll start with the top plate next. Man, that looks nice in there. All the engagement teeth, brand new Synchros, TREMEC rebuild kit. This thing should work really good. I had to backtrack a second. I almost forgot the synchronizer in the input shaft. That would have been bad. Gear on and the synchro. We always test fit this. We just put the new keys in. And we got to kind of put this fork in together at the same time while trying to line up the synchronizer. This one went in real nice. This should shift really good. It really should. On to putting the top plate on, cleaning all of our surfaces, and putting our back housing on and shimming it, and we should be done. Try to get this tail shaft housing on. Looks like got some good shifting going on here. Now I always like to do the front retainer and the rear tail shaft a little bit of blue Loctite. Keeps them in place. Okay, we got most of the transmission together here. We're gonna go ahead and check the end play. I like to take a rubber mallet and kind of set it in place a little bit. When an input shaft is wiggling like this is an end play. You got to go through the transmission. If I had to take a guess, it's about 24. We'll go ahead and measure it, and this will be the last step, and then we'll function check it. And we have completed another 400 horsepower T5 transmission. All right, we're at 0 here. Good. What did I tell you it was?
24.
25.
25.
You do this a long time, you kind of already know. Go ahead. Yeah, we're gonna actually set. Go ahead and let go. It's actually 24, but we're gonna set it to 25 or 24 and a half or whatever. Give it a little bit of a preload. I don't want to give it too much preload though. We decided to stack two. Came to about 24 and a half, 25. Now we'll just go ahead and glue this retainer on, do a function check, and that's it. Function check. Here we go. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. Reverse. I always do the little fourth gear trick. Definitely tight. Gotta wear in. All right, I have it. Brand new gear set. It's gonna be pretty tight, but yeah, ship's pretty good. Got to get it in the car, wear it in. All right, guys, that's pretty much all I got for the video. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Check out that join button, become a member of the channel. I appreciate you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.